Hello everyone, it is Hexis here. After Star Palace and Zodiac Signs were introduced, War and Order brought in additional skills for your artifacts. When you upgrade or evolve your Zodiac Signs, you get a special resource called Star Power. Any orange artifact that is at 3 stars or higher can then be infused with Star Power to evolve it into a red artifact, which in turn unlocks special skills called the red skills. Before we talk about which red skills are the best in detail, I want to introduce two terms that I will use in this video: active skills and passive skills. Active skills are those which you have to activate manually and would normally have a cooldown period before you can use them again. They are also active only for a certain amount of time. Passive skills will always be active as long as you have that particular artifact equipped in your array. It certainly makes investing in passive skills more attractive than active skills since they don't have any time limits. Okay, then let's take a look at the best active skill that you should try to get for your castle. It's the Guardian Shield skill from Athena's Aegis. The skill basically is protecting your frontline troops, and this skill is active only for 1 hour, and it has a cooldown period of 2 days before you can use it again. What it basically does is that it absorbs some damage that your frontline troops receive, and the exact values are shown here, and the shield lasts for only for 10 seconds. So even though it is an infantry artifact, I have also seen cavalry players use it in their SOS hits just to get that extra advantage. It can give you an edge in an SOS hit against a strong opponent, but in my opinion this skill is more useful in a team event like Elite Wars because of its short time limit. The skills on Excalibur and Mjolnir, they are good to weaken a strong castle during events like Void War, but their effects are limited to only one target castle, and the long cooldown period certainly makes them less interesting for your main castle compared to the passive skills. So the best way will be to set these two skills up on your farms instead of your main castle and then use them. So coming to the passive skills, we have a few options. Out of these, Brute Force from Apollo's Bow is becoming a favorite among mage and archer players alike because it has a chance to trigger while both attacking and defending, and that makes this skill very powerful even if it is only giving a percentage chance to trigger the effect. And this is currently dealing 1.5 times the damage that you're doing at level 1, and it has 3 levels. Just like every other red skill, you can upgrade these to 3 levels at the moment. Then coming to the next skill, it's on Caledwelch, the Lightning Bolt skill. It can attack 3 enemy targets at the same time, and it triggers every 10 seconds. It has an additional skill that's similar to the Savage Impact skill for the cavalry that you unlock from the Mystic College. The Savage Impact skill gives you a maximum of 25% chance to stun your targeted enemies. The amount of Azurite that you need to upgrade the skill and then to also upgrade the Mystic College in order to unlock them, everything is a lot. Like, it's super expensive in terms of Azurite as well for that 25% chance. However, when you come to the Lightning Bolt skill, at the level 1 skill itself, it's giving 20% chance of making your target's attack stop, or like getting it stunned in a way, for 2 seconds. Moreover, this artifact can work for both infantry and cavalry players alike, even if the 3rd star and the 6th star on it are favoring cavalry because of the damage stats that it is providing. So it has a damage reduction from mages that's useful for any troop combination, and then the 2nd star is for damage against angels, and then the 4th star is attack boost, 5th star is hit points boost, and they are not restricted to a particular unit type but to all of them. So this makes it a strong artifact with a very strong skill, only triggering when you're attacking and not while defending. So that's a limitation it has. We also have 2 more passive skills that we can easily unlock without spending a lot of money, and they go on the Heavenly Spear, it's John's Spear Stab, and then the Brionac has the Holy Strike. Both of them have a difference in damage done. Like, the Heavenly Spear is going to attack your enemy formation that has the most troops, so the stack that is having the most troops. The damage is like times 40 your number of surviving troops, and it has a cooldown of 8 seconds. So it attacks one stack at a time, but with a very high damage. And when you go to Brionac, it targets 6 stacks in the enemy formation, but the damage is only times 12, and it has a higher cooldown of 12 seconds to trigger. So based on your gameplay style, you can choose between them, and of course your troop combinations determine which of these 2 artifacts that you would want, as you cannot invest in all of them at the same time to upgrade them, and also you don't have enough space in your array to have all of these artifacts equipped. However, Apollo's Bow and Caelid Welch would be useful to replace some of your other artifacts and test it to see which one works well with your current gear setup and current gameplay style. Once you have unlocked the main red skills that are useful for your castle, you could consider the red skill from an artifact which is otherwise not so great for any particular troop combination. And the artifact is Angel Sword, and its base stats is hit point boost, and then the rest of the stars are providing like cavalry attack, infantry attack, archer attack, and so on. So spread all over the place. The only reason I'm talking about this artifact right now is because of its red skill, which increases your attack, defense, and hit points in Realm Invasion and Elite Wars by 20%. It is a strong skill, but it's not really useful anywhere outside of these 2 events. So once you have sufficient star power lying around and you don't have anything else to use it for, you could try it out. Is anyone already using this skill in Elite Wars or Realm Invasion? If yes, what is your experience? Leave that in the comments below. And then finally, let's also talk about this particular artifact that you can only obtain by spending money in the game. The Levitine's artifact, and it has the red skill called Victory Horn. In my opinion, it is not such a great skill because it is only increasing the attack of your troops by a certain percentage. It triggers more often than the other artifacts' red skills, however, increasing the attack rather than the damage done by your troops. Damage stats are more important than attack stats. I would rather recommend spending money on upgrading the other artifacts that are much more powerful than this one and giving much better red skills. So that's all about all the red skills that you could invest your star power on and get very good results out of them. If you enjoyed the video and learned something new, do remember to press that like button, and see you next time. Goodbye, guys.